Well, hello everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Self-Publishing Insiders with Draft to Digital. We are always here. We strive to be your resource for all things self-publishing. And these days, that's just publishing. I mean, self-publishing has become publishing slowly but surely. And today we're going to talk about one of those things that I know every author has questions about, wants to talk about. We're going to talk about ways to promote your books and the most effective ways to do that. And who better to guide us as our Sherpa through the world of book promotion than Clayton Noblit, who is with Written World Media. Welcome to the show, Clayton.
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
So before we get started, I do want to tell everybody, as you're tuning in, if you are not aware, you can ask us questions in the comments, and we will be happy to answer those as the show goes on. So make sure you leave your questions in the comments. So Clayton, man, first up, let's talk a little shop about what Written World is. What do you guys do?
Yeah, so Written Word Media, we are a book marketing company. And so we help authors get their books in front of a large audience of readers. And we have two main ways that we do that. The first, and probably our most popular option, is through what we call email promos. And this is where we email out links to buy your book to a list of readers who are interested in your genre. And we do this through promo brands like Free Booksy or Bargain Booksy. Those are probably the two most popular ones, but we also have three others. And so that is one way that we help authors get in front of readers. And then another way is we run digital ads on Facebook and Amazon for authors as well. So if you are wanting us to run your ads for you, or if you just don't want to do any ads at all and just want us to handle everything, we can do that as well through Facebook and Amazon ads.
Okay. I want to break in and apologize in advance for the number of times I'm going to say Written World instead of Written Word, because I own a whole thing with Written World, and that's why. So
oh, yeah, no worries.
Explanation out there in front. So I will try to break my habit. So all right. So yeah, what were the different silos? I think you mentioned it, but what were the different silos that you guys offer through Written Word?
Yes. Yeah. So the first thing is what we call email promo.
Okay.
So this, if you're familiar with BookBub, it's similar to that, just on a smaller scale. And so we have a list of over 1.25 million readers now that we break down by genre and price point. So some readers like books between 99 cents and $4.99, and in a particular genre. And so we segment them out into these different buckets, and authors can pay to reach an audience of readers in a bucket that's appealing to that author. So say if you're a fantasy author and your book costs $1.99, you could run a Bargain Booksy promotion to reach only fantasy readers that are interested in books that cost in that price range. So email promos result in a big spike in sales or downloads on the day that the promo runs if everything goes well.
Okay, cool. So now what is the big advantage of going with you guys over, say, a BookBub or something similar?
Yeah, absolutely. So number one, I won't lie here, BookBub will get you a larger audience than what we have. But you don't need to apply to get a Written Word Media promo, right? BookBub, you never know if you're going to get one or not. Sometimes it can be very hard to get a BookBub. But with us, it's like buying a t-shirt, right? You can go to writtenwordmedia.com, click your genre and pick your day, and your promo will run. So we make it very easy. And we try not to gatekeep, right? Like we don't have as many review requirements because it's kind of that chicken or the egg thing, right? Like you need reviews in order to promote your book. But in order to get reviews, you have to promote your book, right? So we try to stay away from that scenario. So that's one advantage is, almost every author can promote their books with us. And another advantage is that we have really great customer service. We're really well known for this. One of our core values as a company is to support authors. And that's something that we're really proud of and we really stick to. We really believe that books are a good thing. And so we're here to help everybody out. I think you'll see, in our reviews and with how we treat our customers, that we have really great customer service as well.
And that is kind of a key differentiator. And we make that claim too. And it's always sort of awkward because everyone says that. But it's easy to tell if you're backing it up.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's a really great thing. Like our team is always like sharing responses from customers that were really happy with how we handled something. And marketing books is not the most fun thing for a lot of authors, right? So a
Yeah.
lot of people are not super jazzed up about having to do book marketing, and so we try to make it as easy and painless as possible.
Yeah, yeah. You guys have a pretty good price point too, I think. I mean, it's cheaper
Yes.
than some of the alternatives.
Yeah, so our prices vary based on how many readers your book will be promoted to, right?
Okay.
So, for example, our mystery list on Free Booksy is more expensive than our literary fiction list
Yeah.
because we have more readers interested in mystery. So we price based on how many readers your promo will reach. And I think we do a great job providing a lot of different options for authors of different levels. Our promos, all of them combined, they range anywhere between $25 to all the way up to $500. So wherever you're at with, how far you're looking to take your book, we can probably help you out.
So that said, I mean, what have you noticed, or do you guys have data on, because you have Free Booksy and you also have Bargain Booksy. So what's more effective for authors when it comes to marketing? Like, is it better to use a free book to market, or could you like recomp some of your expenses by promoting a discount?
Yeah. So that is a great question, and frankly, it's going to vary for everybody. What I believe is that you should try both and see where you're at, and probably cycle through both of them throughout the year. So a big key for authors when it comes to making money from your books is to write multiple books, ideally in a series.
Mm-hmm.
And so how a lot of authors use our service is they discount that first book in the series to 99 cents, $1.99, or make it free. They run a promo with us, get a lot of sales or downloads in that day, and then hopefully those readers read that book and then continue on and buy the rest of the series.
Yeah.
So Free Booksy, which is for promoting free books, that will get you a lot of downloads in a single day. And that is the product that typically gets authors most excited. No, you're not getting immediate revenue from your promotion, but it's an investment in your reader audience. And if you have a series, hopefully you'll recoup that payment further down the road. Bargain Booksy will be a less dramatic amount of sales. But if it goes well, we try to make sure that authors are making back the promo cost. So that's the ideal scenario. But of course, it varies wildly book to book. And frankly, book covers matter a lot. So investing in a good cover, we can get into more of that later, but covers are critical.
Yeah, well, we can get in that now. We can talk about that right now. What are your best practices for covers then?
Yeah. I mean, I think number one, the best practice is to get a professional to do your book cover. Like it is expensive. But if someone is publishing a book for the first time, they ask me, hey, like I have $200. Where should I put this? Like, what sort of marketing should I do? I tell them, hey, put all of that into your cover, right? Yeah. Having a high quality cover made by someone who understands the publishing industry is so critical. We like to say don't judge a book by its cover, but everybody does. And so it's really, really important. So get a professional to do your cover, and vet your professional, right? Talk to other authors they've worked with, and make sure the professional understands your genre. Because the genre trends vary pretty wildly, and you want to make sure your book stands out and catches the reader's eye, but also looks like the genre that the reader is interested in, right?
Yeah. So do you guys have resources for authors to find cover designers and that sort of thing? Do you offer that?
We don't actually. We have a great blog with a lot of information. So you can go in there and search for stuff. I think I would recommend going to Readsy. As a great place to start. I think you had Ricardo on here recently. But
Ricardo he's like a bad penny. He always turns up. He's always on the show.
So true.
Yeah. Well, okay. That's cool. Now let's talk then, aside from covers, what are things that authors should keep in mind, particularly when they're using your service, but like what should they keep in mind to make their promotions work better?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, I think, cover critical, that's what shows up in the email that is sent to readers. So the
Mhm.
cover is very important. And then after that, you need to think about your book pages on the various retailers, right? Once a reader lands on that book page, what are you
Yeah.
telling them? How appealing is the book? So having a snappy blurb
Yeah.
that isn't just a plot summary, but is something to get somebody intrigued, to catch their interest, is really important. So working on that blurb matters a lot. Also, price frankly matters a lot when running promotions. So we like to think of promotions as an investment in building your audience. So
Yeah.
free promo, right, like that. People love free stuff, and so that matters a lot. You typically see an increase in your rankings on the various retailers as people download it. But also, if your book is $4.99, you might be competing against books that are less expensive. So you
Yeah.
might want to consider dropping your book's price for a limited time while you run a promo, and then
Mm.
increasing it after. And then, other things you can do are actually in the book itself, right? So having something in the back matter of your book, encouraging readers to sign up for your mailing list, to
Yeah.
like your Facebook page, to buy your next book, working things into your back matter of your book. So people that finish your book are excited to go on and get whatever else you have on offer, whether it is more books, or if you don't have any more books, maybe to sign up for your mailing list so they'll be alerted
Yeah.
when the next one comes out. What do you do in the back matter of your books?
And I have a whole section. It's like, here's 3 things you can do to help me. And it's like,
Right.
going in my list, share this with friends,
Yep.
buy the next book, I think is possibly one of those. But yeah.
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 Yeah. So, I mean, that's the ideal customer is someone that just read your entire book, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Most people that like a book finish it, and if they don't like it, they're probably going to drop off, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so if they read all the way through that final page, that is your ideal customer. And so make it
Yeah.
really easy for them to get more from you, right? If I finish a
Right.
book and I love it, like I'm looking for something else, even if it's not the next in series, like I want more of that author.
Exactly. Yeah. And make that easy on the
Yeah.
reader. Like, don't make them go search for you. Like, put everything right there. That end of the book is the end matter part is actually the best marketing area of the book. It's even better than your website for
Yes.
marketing because you've got their attention. They just read the book. They're sitting there. This is the cigarette after the
Yeah.
activity. Like, they're enjoying a nice drag, and then suddenly here's the next book.
Yeah.
Um, Now you mentioned price. So now I'm curious because you said consider lowering your price for your promo, and it never occurred to me that someone wouldn't lower their price for their promo. So how common is that practice for them to do a promotion at full price?
Yeah, so a lot of authors have a full price first in series, at $3.99 or $4.99, right? And they consider that full price. And so that can work well. But I would say if you want more readers to click and buy that book, dropping the price, especially for a limited time,
Yeah.
and then letting people know on social media too, like, hey, I dropped this price to run the promo with written word media, but
Yeah.
it's dropped for a limited time. And getting that urgency out there, right? Like, this is a deal, get it now.
Yeah.
It can really help encourage readers to buy the book while it's cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
another thing on price is on free Booksy, we have what we call a series promo.
Oh,
And that is where if you have a first in series that's free, we will send readers to your Amazon series page.
oh,
Um,
very nice.
it's pretty exciting because the series page, if you've never looked at your Amazon series pages, go do it,
Yeah.
because it's a really great asset for authors. I feel like Amazon might not know about it, right? Because they don't advertise other books on it very well, and a reader can buy the entire series with one click,
Mhm.
which is really great. And so we see a lot of readers, they'll go there. Yeah, maybe they'll just get the first book for free, but a lot of them see that entire series with that first book for free, and they're like, I'm just going to buy this whole thing because I see that it's a good deal. Um,
Yeah.
so your Amazon series page, whether you're running a series promo with us, or just running ads to it, can be a really great asset for authors.
Now, are you will that only point them to the Amazon page, or if they had another series page, could it point them there?
If they have other series pages, it can go there as well.
Okay. All right.
So not every series page has the one button buy the entire series. Like
Yeah.
not every retailer does that. I wish they all would. They all should.
I agree. I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah.
Yeah. So actually, that would be an interesting thing for the D2D folks listening. A interesting feature for our book tabs or our author pages might be a buy the whole series button. Now
Yes.
that we have the Smashword store, that's a possibility. So,
As a marketer, I am fully in favor of that. Full endorsement from me.
yeah, there you go. 2 votes to the people who are angrily shaking their fists at me in the digital world. So I want to loop back on price a little because you guys might have some insight that would be useful to authors on setting price. What do you have data on, like what good prices would be for certain genres or anything like that?
I don't actually, because our audience is so specific to the different price points in the newsletters.
Mm-hmm.
We have best practices for running promos with us. I can't say in the wider world, if you're not running a promo with us, what to set your book at.
Yeah.
What I will say is the tried and true strategy of writing a series and making that first book as cheap as possible is still undefeated as far as I know, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Having a series and making that first book free or 99 cents, really hard to beat, because as an indie author, frankly, your name is not what gets people in, right?
Yeah. Right.
You're not James Patterson. You're not instantly recognizable. And so you need a way to let people test out your work and kind of verify that it's good in quality. Because frankly, that's kind of what you're fighting against.
Right.
So by letting people in for free or cheap, letting people enjoy your work, then they're much more willing to go on and pay full price for books later on.
Now, what about the because there is a philosophy that by some of us or by a lot of us offering our books for free or cheap, that we are somehow damaging, like we're sort of lowering expectations of what a book price should be. Are we creating any problems with that?
I don't think individual action creates problems at that level, right? I think, if there were an indie author union where every indie author, in order to publish, you had to join the union, right? It was something like the writers union in LA. Then maybe that could have an impact. But right now, I think kind of the big advantage that indies have is the pricing power. It can be a pain to change your price. Different retailers, like you to have your book priced at different levels, right? But you still have control. And so that is a big advantage that you have as an indie. And frankly, not everyone wants to pay $20 for the new bestseller, right?
Right.
I don't read only bestsellers. I read a lot of books that I love that are not bestsellers.
Yeah.
And I'm thrilled that I'm not spending $25 every time I have to read a book. So as an indie, I think I would look at it as an advantage. And yes, you might have to give away your work, which I understand that doesn't feel good, right? Writing a book is no small task. I empathize with the authors that really don't want to give their book away or don't want to discount. I understand where that comes from, and I'm not going to say you're wrong for feeling that way. But just looking at the economic side of it and talking to authors that have made a career out of this, discounting and free promos, they really work, and that's really how you build your audience.
Yeah, and so a lot of what we've talked about has been aimed at the author who has more than one book or a series or just multiple books. What about the author who only has a single book? How does written word, what do you guys do that can help that author out?
Yeah, definitely. It will be more difficult to recoup your spend on a promo with us if you have one book. But if you're looking to get your book out there and see how readers react to it, get some reviews, get some ratings, and kind of, it's really meaningful when people first read your book, right? And I think I talk to a lot of authors who publish and then no one buys their book and they don't know what to do next. And we can get you those first readers, right? Those first people to go to your book page and say, hey, this is something that I'm interested in. And so it might not be the most powerful economic force if you only have one book.
Yeah.
But we can get you that entryway into the market and get your book out there.
I do think that a lot of authors, especially the incoming authors, put way too much emphasis. I understand the impulse here because I like money, but I think we put way too much emphasis on whether or not the book is going to make money, because that's always been much more of a long tail kind of game. You want to, you know, I like what you're suggesting. Basically, like I would put in the back of my solo book, like, hey, join my mailing list, especially if you intend to write more books. Like, join my mailing list. You'll be the first to know when something new comes out. I have special bonuses like short stories, etc., that I'll send you, you know, and then share this with everyone. That's always my, I always tell authors, like, we don't think to ask other people like to go out and evangelize for us. So share.
I mean, that's a great thing, right? Because, you know, what's better than sharing a book you love with your friends, right?
Right.
And all it takes is that little prompt, like, hey, you just finished this book. It would mean so much to me if you shared it with your people.
Yes.
And that's such an easy ask.
That's the right way to ask too. Because here's what I've discovered over the years is you give someone any reason whatsoever to help someone out, and they will almost always do it. So if you say, it would really help me out if you would share this book with people, you know, they're going to be twice as likely to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got a couple of questions popping up here. Let's, if you don't mind, let's take a look at them. By the way, for everyone watching, you can pop a question into the comments, and if it's relevant to this conversation, we will be happy to answer it. If it's not relevant to this conversation, then we got folks at Drafted Digital at support@drafteddigital.com that would be happy to help you out. We also have some folks in the comments who might be able to help you out. So we got Recruiting Maven from YouTube says, my book is an emergency guide, so not your traditional book. Would you guys have an audience for this type of book? And I need to actually pop that on screen. And just to clarify, she says in another comment, she means food prep / emergency.
Gotcha. So nonfiction is
nonfiction.
Yeah. So we do have nonfiction audiences. And so, we could more than likely help with this. Without seeing the book cover and everything, I can't tell you for sure. But you can go to writtenwordmedia.com. There's a contact us button. And just drop a link to your book in there and say, hey, what would you suggest for this? And our team will look at your book and respond with different options for you. And if we don't think your book would do well on our platform, we will also tell you that. Because, we want this to work for everybody involved. And, if
That's
it doesn't
harsh.
work, no. It's not a reflection on the book. It's a reflection on our readers, right?
Yeah.
And what we know does well. We promote a lot of books.
There you go. It's not your book. The readers just suck. That's what you're saying.
Exactly. That's correct. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So you can ask us, or you can schedule a promo. You could go to Bargain Booksy, and there's a nonfiction option there. And so nonfiction would be where we would advertise that book.
All right, that's great. Okay, so Jan Smith asks, do you do the outreach, your email list, your blog, etc.? And they mentioned that BookBub. I think they may be misinterpreting something BookBub does, but they're saying that BookBub wants them to bring their followers to them. For people who don't have their a platform yet, that can seem intimidating, but
absolutely. So you do not need Twitter followers. You don't need Facebook friends to run a promo with Written Word Media. It is our audience that you are paying to reach, and so you don't need to bring anything to us other than your book. And
you guys have a feature where you'll run Facebook ads, right?
That's correct. Yeah. Facebook or Amazon ads, or both. And so what we see a lot of authors do is they'll actually run a promo on Free Booksy, Bargain Booksy. We also have Red Feather Romance, which is for romance titles only. We have New in Books, which is for launching new releases. And we have Audio Thicket, which is for promoting audiobooks. And so we'll have authors run a promo with one of those email promo sites and then combine it with Facebook and Amazon ads to run a stack and kind of extend the popularity of their book for a longer period of time.
So you guys have a separate romance list, the Red Feather thing. That's a separate service. Where is my blood red thrillers. Where's my specialized list?
Yeah, we don't have a specialized thriller. We do have thriller, mystery and thriller available on New in Books, Audio Thicket, Free Booksy, and Bargain Booksy. So we do have a lot of options for you.
Yeah,
We just have one more option for the romance authors, just because we've been able to build that audience.
Yeah. All right. I'll keep holding my breath until you guys come up with.
We'll try to do better for you, Kevin.
Penelope Flynn asks, do you think there's an advantage in selling the original novel for 99 cents or free while having an illustrated version at full price?
Interesting. I mean, you certainly can't. If the illustrated version is a physical copy, I would not give that away for free. Absolutely. But I do think there is an advantage because you're getting more people to that book page when you discount, right? So if you discount and run a promo, you're sending people to the Kindle book page, but people might notice the illustrated version or other formats. So I think there can be an advantage there. I don't have experience testing it myself, so I can't tell you for sure one way or another. But I think that's a great thing to think about, Penelope. That could be a really interesting way to drive sales of the illustrated version as well.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to pop this up. This is our own Lexi Green making an observation. In a lot of ways, the way that Written World Media is described feels a lot like the draft to digital of book promos. Now that's high wow. Praise right there.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you. I know how.
So SD, who by the way showed some love to the like button earlier. Thank you, SD. And if you are watching and or listening, wherever you're getting the show right now, live or Memorex, make sure you like and subscribe. I'm just going to throw that in just for the fun of it. And SD asks, for the real feather romance titles, does this include fantasy romance books? And if yes, how effective is the promo since contemporary romance readers tend to not cross genres?
Yes. So great question. So we segment our romance readers by romance subgenre for this exact issue that SD raised here, right? Romance readers are not all the same, right? The steamy people are very different from the clean people. Some people are into the paranormal or fantasy romance, whereas others very much are not. And so all of our romance promos are segmented into these different subcategories. So the promos stay effective because you're only reaching readers that are actually interested in your romance subgenre. So you can promote fantasy romance books with us.
Pardon me. Excellent. Okay, so I am now curious. I got a couple of questions along this line, so bear with me here. But first, what genres in general do you guys do? Like every major category, or are there some that you don't promote?
Yes. So we try to do everything that we can, and we just launched some more genres. So if you go to writtenwordmedia.com and hit promote now on the homepage and click on Free Booksy or Bargain Booksy, you will see a list of many different genres to choose from. And so you can pick the one that best fits your book. And so I want to say it's upwards of 20 genres per brand that we have now. We just launched Western, lit RPG. I want to say one or two others. So we have a lot of different genres to choose from. And so it's actually very rare that an author comes to us and can't find a good way to promote their book with us.
Okay. All right. Now, what are from your data, what's the best-selling genres?
Yeah, I would say romance number one. Not shocking anybody.
Yeah, nobody's surprised.
Yeah, romance definitely number one, and then mystery, thriller, and fantasy are all up there as well.
I tell you, I have to get to work on my my mystery, thriller, fantasy, romance so that I can just dominate all those categories.
Absolutely.
We have another question here. Coming in from Facebook. Is that free promotion in favor of authors on KDP, Amazon KDP?
I mean, if you are enrolled in KDP Select, you can run a free day to run a free Booksy promotion with us. But a lot of authors who are wide will make that first in series free and get Amazon to price match, right? Yeah. So there's a few different ways around it, but it works equally well for our audience, whether you're wide or exclusive to Amazon.
Okay. Very good. Do you guys like, you got to have your fingers on a pulse of data about the industry. I mean, do you guys make any of that kind of thing available to the authors at all?
Yeah. So right now I'm actually working on a survey of our readers. And so I'm hoping to have something out with that information, hopefully in May. April is flying by. So I'm really excited about that. Another cool thing that we do is every year we survey authors and ask them a lot of questions about how much they're making, what genres they write in, how many books they've written. And authors are so generous with this information and their time. And so every year we publish a survey with kind of what we're seeing in the industry. And that's it's really helped our understanding of kind of where things are with self-publishing. And that's kind of how we know that, the number of books you've published is kind of the biggest indicator of how much you earn as an author, right? The more books you write, the more you earn. That really, really matters. And we also learned things from that survey, like the most difficult part of being an author is marketing your book, and it doesn't change no matter how much you're earning from your books. So authors that are making over $1 million a year, they still say the hardest part is marketing their books.
Right.
So that makes us feel good about our business existing into the future, because I like marketing, so I'm happy to do it, especially if authors are not enjoying it.
Yeah. I think there could be an opportunity for us to do a little bit of communication back and forth regarding data
I think
do
so.
something.
Yeah.
We should do that.
Let's talk.
Yeah, we'll talk. And we'll get Mark Lefebvre involved because he's kind of our guy who does our industry updates. So that'd be very cool. All right. So let's talk a little bit about what's upcoming for you guys. Like what's on the board that you can talk about?
Yeah. All right. So I'll talk about one thing quick that we launched last year that I'm really excited about, and then I'll get into some really new, exciting stuff as well. So first up is last year we launched a membership program. And this was really born from author feedback. We have authors that promote their books with us every month. And they said, "Hey, I am a very loyal customer. Can I get a discount here? And I would love to be able to get more dates available to me because sometimes I can't get the exact date that I want." And so we launched a membership program that has 3 levels. The first is free, where you can get just an account with us to manage all your promotions and see your promotion history. And then the first level is gold, which is $125 a year. And you save 10% on your promos, capped at $200. So the membership will pay for itself, and then you can save $75 on top of that. Now, in addition to the savings, you get advanced access to promo dates. So you can schedule your promos 14 days in advance of non-gold authors. So you're more likely to get the dates that you want. You also get access to our speaker series recordings, access to our Limelight promo, which is an email that features just one author in an email to our readers, which is really popular, and a bunch of other features. So the membership program is really exciting. We also have a platinum plan, which allows you to save up to $500 a year. And so membership has been really exciting, and we're seeing a lot of fun movement with that. So if you're interested in that, you can go to writtenwordmedia.com/membership to learn more. As far as what's new right now with us, let's see. So 2 weeks ago, we announced our partnership with Floppy Librarian, which is another promo site. And so right now, if you have a free ebook, you can promote your book to the Floppy Librarian audience and the free Booksy audience at the same time.
Oh, nice.
And so some of these promos are getting close to 1 million readers in reach, which is a lot of readers, which we are very excited about. And so that they are more expensive, but you are getting a kind of a massive reach on a single day with those promos. So that's been something that we're really excited about, and we're getting a lot of positive feedback from authors on as well.
Very cool. What else you got? Keep loading stuff.
Yeah. Let's see here. Well, we're looking at new ways to promote books. Hopefully we'll have some more movement on new products here this spring. So stay tuned for that as well. We also partnered with eReader IQ, another promo site, which is they're much less expensive than our promos, and so that's a great option for authors that are looking to maybe tack on a little bit more to an existing promo. or just don't have the budget and want to spend, $15 on a promo, you can
Right.
also book an eReader IQ promo through our site.
Yeah.
And what's exciting about that too is if you're a gold or platinum member, you're saving 10% on these promos that you're booking with our partners, as long as you book through our site. So you can actually save on your Fussy Librarian if you schedule it through Written Word Media.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So that's been a really fun thing as well.
Yeah, I like seeing you guys partner up, because I like getting everything in one place.
Yep, that's the idea.
And I forget. Like, I'll do a written word promotion, but then I'll forget that, there's also Fussy Librarian.
Yeah.
And you do like a bundled price as well?
Yes. Yeah. So the Fussy is bundled together. eReader IQ is separate.
Okay.
But that's the idea is, you have your Written Word Media account, and you can go in there and you can see when your promos are scheduled, if our team has confirmed them, if there's, any changes that need to be made. And so just trying to make marketing, but easier to do, make sure that marketing is effective and actually works. And then, also comes with great customer service. That's kind of what we're trying to do here.
Sounds so familiar. Everything you're saying.
Yeah. I think it makes sense, right? Like, Drafted Digital and Smashwords are just trying to make distribution very easy, right? Publishing, get it out there.
Here's what we got to do though. Like Drafted Digital, we have a promotions tab, and we have someone in house who goes out and finds promotions with the retailers and everything. What we need to do is some kind of partnership where D2D authors, maybe they get a little discount. I'm not going to try to hash it all out on the air.
Yeah.
But we need to somehow get you guys. We need to get connected so that our authors can get.
I won't lie. I've discussed this with Mark a little bit. So we are in the beginning stages. So stay tuned, everybody. Yeah.
I should just always assume that Mark's already talking to people.
Oh yeah. He's a chatty guy.
Yeah. But let's get it done. That's my.
Hey, I'm here.
Part. Let's get it done. I just cheer everybody on. So very cool. All right. Well, I mean, it sounds like you guys got a lot of cool stuff kind of in the mix and happening. That's always exciting. I'm assuming business is going pretty well. You guys have been around. How long have you been around?
So let's see. I think Free Booksy was started in 2011. Our founder, Ricky Woolman, her mom wrote a book and no one was buying it. And so that's how Free Booksy started. But I think, the company really got going in 2014, 2015. And I've been here for 4.5 years now. Wow, time flies. So I think things are going really well. We're growing. We've got, let's say 15 people now, which is double what it was when I started. We're really excited, and we're working on a lot of cool stuff all the time. Trying to make marketing easier for everybody out there. So that's the goal.
Oh, that's what we didn't do. We didn't tell everybody what your role is.
Oh yeah. So I am the senior marketing manager at Written Word Media. And so, my job is a lot of different things because we are a small team. But, part of my job is getting the word out about our services to authors. And, other parts are trying to figure out new ways to sell books, improve existing ways to sell books. So that's kind of what I do at Written Word.
All right. We have another question. This is from Jim Esvito. He's also one of our D2D folks. I don't let us hide. We don't try to plant anybody. We're going to let you know. Hi, Clayton. How long does each promo last, and does it vary by Free Booksy, Bargain Booksy, etc.?
So great question, Jim. Good to hear from you again. So let's see. So our promos on Free Booksy and Bargain Booksy, Red Feather Romance, New in Books, and Audio Thicket are email promos. They last one day. So your book is in a single email that is sent out on the day that you schedule the promo. Or the day that you pick for your promo. Our Facebook ads and Amazon ads, they are variable lengths. So it can be 5 or 10 days. Or if you're a gold or platinum member, you can run a 30-day campaign. And so ads are spread out over a period of time. Email promos over a single day. All
right. And you guys, you planning to experiment with different formats for that kind of thing, like longer running ads or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, we're always trying new things. One of the best parts of my job is when an author reaches out with an idea, right? And then we get to see if we can make this idea work. So if anybody listening has something you want to try, please contact us, info@writtenwordmedia. Shoot us your ideas.
Yeah.
If it's something we think we can pull off, we will definitely test it out. Because I mean, like I was saying earlier, indies, the innovation in indie publishing is really the advantage, right? Like we can move fast, we can try new things. So that's how we get the edge on the bigger publishers.
Yeah. I'm right. I understand that.
Yeah.
All right. I have to put this comment up because of the name that she has in her for YouTube. On YouTube, I'm not going to try to pronounce your last name, Carolyn. I'm sorry, but Carolyn says it's dash book funnel fanatic. So that's our good friend Damon Courtney, book funnel. So glad I caught this today, and we are glad you were here, Carolyn. So
absolutely.
All right, so let's pop that back down. Okay, so in the last few minutes of the show, book funnels all the time. We're getting lots of comments here now. Okay, so rhymes with boat. She says Carolyn Coat. Choate or coat? So you didn't tell me what the H was. It silent? Anyway, a little aside there. Okay, so last few minutes of the show here, man. We've already discussed like where you're going, what you do. If you could name like a dream feature, though, I'm not saying you're announcing it here, but like or maybe it's like the most requested thing that you guys wish you could do. Like what is it that you would tell me?
Yeah, I think it'd be something with a more complete suite of marketing products, right? Like right now, our products help you sell books, help you build your audience. But there's a lot of other things that authors want to do, like launch Kickstarters, build their email lists.
Yeah.
And so I think it's, having more products that help in other areas of author marketing. And so, that's where we're going. And I think that's kind of the most requested thing. We build from author feedback. So once again, the things that you want, the things that you would use, if we think we can build it, we will certainly give it a shot, because that's how this whole thing works.
Excellent. All right. Well, I think that's going to bring us to the end. But if people want to get started with you, I'm guessing they can go to writtenwordmedia.com. Is that accurate?
Correct. Yeah, we've got a great blog on there with a lot of great information if you're just looking for info on marketing or self-publishing. And then, of course, all our promotion options are available there as well.
Excellent. All right. Well, okay, everybody. First, I want to say thank you to our guest, Clayton, for being a part of the show, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Everyone else, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. If you are catching this after the fact on YouTube or wherever you choose to get your podcast, make sure you subscribe to us because we are always happy to have you. If you haven't already, make sure you bookmark d2dlive.com because we have a little countdown every week that will tell you who's coming up, and it's every Thursday we have one of these shows. So who's coming up, and you can see click and see all the archive of the past episodes. Lots of cool stuff there. But before we go, and bear with me, Clayton, I'm going to play a little clip for you. We are always trying to push print these days. We are really doubling down, and we are really confident in print as part of your marketing strategy. If you're not getting your books into print, you are leaving money on the table. That's what we're discovering. So look for a lot more about this in the future. But as we sign off, I'm going to play this little clip for you just to remind you. And you can always go to drafttodigital.com to get started for your ebook and print book today. So take care, everybody. We will see you all next time. Ebooks are great, but there's just something about having your words in print. Something you can hold in your hands, put on a shelf, sign for a reader. That's why we created D2D Print, a print-on-demand service that was built for you. We have free, beautiful templates to give your book a pro look, and we can even convert your ebook cover into a full wraparound cover for print. So many options for you and your books. And you can get started right now at draftedigital.com.